What's up, guys? We're getting ready to level off here at about 3,000 feet. We're about 23 minutes away from our destination airport here, so as we level off here, I'm going to bring the power up just a little bit. Make sure we can stay on course. Switch to manual flight here shortly. I'm going to shoot a visual approach, kind of like the touch and go in part 2. This will be part 3 of 3 with the Caravan here. Some mountains off to our right. In fact, let's turn toward said mountains. A little bit more about this Caravan airplane here. If I cycle through a bunch of views, we can actually sit in the back and find the interior is quite spectacular. We can even go as far as to look out the windows. Wrong button. There we go. We can even go as far as to look out the windows. On some of the Caravan aircraft, we can close the blinds, but we cannot on this particular one, which is fine. Still an awesome feature to have a full passenger area, fully modeled. Can even zoom in and look at the instruments from back here. Sometimes you can establish some pretty spectacular views. Fly along the shoreline here on up. About 20 minutes to go. Looking for Papa Alpha Yankee Alpha. We're gonna go ahead and monitor this window here for our airport to pop up and start talking to traffic. In part 2, I mentioned briefly that this aircraft is known in Alaska for doing some pretty intense bush flying. One example of that is, I actually found this on the Cessna website. There's a company based in northwestern Alaska named, I hope I pronounced this right, Bering Air, B-E-R-I-N-G, Air. They use a fleet of Cessna Grand Caravans to deliver cargo and or passengers. Their CEO actually said that they reconfigure the aircraft multiple times a day to accommodate passengers, cargo, or even both. They service sparsely populated villages that can be hundreds of miles away at times, with no road system to connect family and friends. These caravans can at times be the only way, so that's one example of a real-world type of flight that this aircraft would do. You know, taking supplies to such as food and water and other beverages and stuff to a village that's 500-600 miles away from the nearest, major civilization. This may be its only option. Without seats back here, there's quite a bit of room to stack up some food and stuff, so if all you have is a couple people coming along to the village you just so happen to be flying to, well, you can add a couple seats wherever you need them and have them tag along with the cargo and stuff. So it's a pretty versatile aircraft. Still no airport. We're going to come down to about 2,000 feet. Nice and gently. I'm also going to increase prop RPM. We're going to be landing here soon. Gets a bit louder when you turn that prop up. But during cruise configuration, she's not so bad. Enjoy some of the scenery while we're coming in here, and some of the 3D effects of this new Caravan system. Should be getting fairly close here. Should be popping up any minute. About 15 minutes out. A few little tidbits about the destination here. I believe it's pronounced Yakutat Airport. Spelled Y as in Yankee, A, K as in Kilo, U as in Uniform, T as in Tango, A, T as in Tango. Yakutat Airport. Started life in 1940 after the United States Army built it. It is now state-owned and public use. Contains 2 runways, runway 2 and 20, which is 6,475 feet by 150 feet and is concrete, and runway 1129, which is 7,745 by 150 feet, and that one is asphalt. Located just 3 miles from Yakutat town. The 2010 census said 662 people live there. So, it's a pretty small town. I'm curious if Flight Sim even has any buildings here, so I guess we'll see. We will see. Looking for Yakutat Airport. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm not sure. Take a look at a couple features here. Actually utilize a couple features. Looks like they are on already. Cool. Let's turn this brightness down real quick and then go ahead and fly manually. That right there will work. That's a little more legible. I'm gonna leave yaw damper on for now. Turn the flight director switch off. Heading switch. Altitude. And then the autopilot. We'll go ahead and fly it manually, and there is actually Yakutat Airport.
Papa Alpha Yankee Alpha automated weather observation 1845 Zulu. Wind 026 at 3. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition 8,000 scattered. Temperature -3 Celsius. Dew point -13 Celsius. Altimeter 3014.
Alright, wind at 026. So we'll probably want runway 02. This will be a full stop landing, and we'll go go ahead and
Alpha,
announce
Alpha,
position.
Alpha, traffic, Cessna, November 329 Bravo, Foxtrot is 25 miles southeast, 2000, inbound to land, runway 2.
That'll give us a rough idea of the runway direction. Thankfully, winds are favoring pretty strongly runway 2, so... This is an extremely well-modeled aircraft, pretty easy even for a basic user. It's not quite a study level like an A2A plane we're going to fly later on in the series, but it is very good. Very good. I'm descending here at a very slow rate, kind of on purpose. As we're getting close to our destination here, we can see its airspace. I'm actually going to make a turn to head out towards the water. So that we are in a better position for, say, a final approach. Landing on the shortest of the two runways, which is fine. 6,000, almost 500 feet is plenty. It's going to be a concrete runway. We're going to level off here about 1,500 feet. Just kind of trimming the airplane out as we go here, looking for the airport. It's important to see it. You gotta see it, right? Good. You gotta see it. I need to practice my landings a little bit. I notice I tend to drift. Hopefully this landing goes well. Alright, so I definitely see a runway now. Let's take her on down nice and easy, like to about 1,000 feet. I'm gonna follow the water on up. If I'm not mistaken, which we're about to double check real quick. Can lower flaps anywhere below 150, 1 notch, and 125 for landing, so we are in safe flap extension range. Double check the lighting situation. I'm looking at our fuel tanks right now, making sure all the engine instrumentation is in the green. I can also take a peek at the propeller and condition lever down there and see that they are both fully forward. Right now I'm looking at the lower left-hand little pedestal area there. Making sure all the switches are set in the proper position. Things of that nature. Currently cross-referencing the steam gauges versus the digital displays to make sure they're reading approximately the same. Everything is good to go down there. Since this isn't necessarily a study level aircraft, doesn't have to be quite as by the books. I am currently in the process of studying for my private pilot lessons, so I like to think these flights will get better and more by the book as we progress. This expansion is definitely worth it, though. I'm just basically relaxing on down to about 1,000 feet. Once we get closer to the airport here, we'll turn for a final. Like a decent approach, just to give myself time to line up and try to hit the center line this time, unlike part 2's touch and go. Which was technically a stop and go, but just didn't stop on the runway. The airport right here. I see our landing runway. Weather like this should be a perfect landing. But then again, I'm using a $35 joystick, so may not be so perfect. But I'll do my best. We'll see! We'll see! Lower one notch of flaps here. Start to throttle down and descend. We're also going to announce our final here. Final.
Alpha Yankee Alpha traffic. Cessna November 329 Bravo Foxtrot is on final runway 2 to land.
We are a bit high. So far, so good. Start to bring the nose up gently. Trim it up a little bit just to kind of relieve my pressures on the joystick. So I can see arrows at the threshold. They want us to land beyond those arrows. So I'm actually aiming for the number just at the end of those arrows. I believe it's called a delayed threshold. Not too bad. We'll engage the thrust reverser. Gently get on the brakes here. Try to hit this first taxiway. We use differential braking to help us here. And we'll stop just beyond the hold short line. We want to make sure our tail is well clear. At this point we'll raise our flaps and we'll say we are clear
Alpha
of the
traffic.
runway.
Cessna November 329 Bravo Foxtrot is clear of the runway.
Probably find the nearest parking spot here and shut her down. We also want to turn off our strobes and our landing lights, turn on our taxi. pull her in right here. Alright. Pull the parking brake. Go ahead and shut down the avionics. Kill the throttles. Shut off the lights. Turn off any anti-ice. Generator off. Battery off. And for safety, we'll turn on the fuel shutoff valve. Finally, we'll let you guys out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Your feedback is always welcome in the comment section. Any recommendations will be duly noted. I try to respond to everyone. Until next time.